Welcome to Tobago's funeral home, where we celebrate life's precious moments. From the moment you enter our doors, you're met with kindness and care. Our reception area is designed to be more than just a waiting room. It is a place of calm, thoughtfully created to ease the weight of grief. In our private conference room, conversations are guided by empathy. Here, our client experience coordinators sit beside you, not just across the table, to help plan a service that truly reflects your loved one's story. Whether it's a traditional farewell or a personalized celebration of life, we take time to understand your wishes and offer thoughtful guidance. At the heart of our organization is a dedicated manager who ensures that everything runs smoothly, from the smallest detail to the final farewell. We understand that choosing a casket or a coffin is a deeply personal decision. In our selection room, we provide a calm, respectful environment where families can take their time and explore options that reflect their loved one's life, beliefs, and preference. Our spacious chapel is where memories are honored and lives are celebrated. Designed with serenity and warmth, it provides a welcoming space for families and friends to come together in reflection and remembrance. For families choosing cremation, we offer on-site professional cremation services in a setting that upholds dignity, peace, and confidentiality. Our crematorium offers a seamless and respectful alternative to traditional burial, giving families flexibility while maintaining the highest standard of care.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, good morning and welcome to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. I am your host, Lavian Cupid, and we are coming to you live from the picturesque and lovely Magdalena Grand Golf and Beach Resort. It is Friday, 28th November 2025. It's the last Friday of November. The month is done. Yeah, practically we are there, and we are into the festive season, the Yuletide season, Christmas time, ham and drinks and all things. But, you know, it is the Tobago House of Assembly election, so we are also in election mode. I want to thank you so much for always choosing Tobago Updates Television. Thank you so much for always tuning in. It is always indeed our pleasure to bring you all things current affairs, have all the conversations that you need to have. We ask all the questions that you are home budget wondering, and I want to thank you so much for always choosing us. All right, if you are viewing us, if you're OG and you're viewing us on Facebook, thank you so much, or YouTube. But if you're also viewing us on AMPLIA, Digicel as of recently, or Flow, thank you so much. And you know, I really want to thank you viewers for always supporting us, because this growth over the past 4 years is all because of you, and we here at Tobago Updates, we're very grateful. So I don't want to keep you long. I want to jump right into, because you know what, we have a packed show for you as per usual. And so I'm going to start you off strong with the news in 90 seconds, bringing you up to speed with all things current affairs. All right, so uncertainty continues to rise among citizens on the island following the sighting of a U.S. military aircraft in Tobago's airspace at the A&R Robinson International Airport on Wednesday morning. Responding to media personnel following the sighting, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine said he had no information on why the aircraft was on island, further stating that he would seek clarity after speaking with Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Earlier that day, the PM had indicated that the aircraft was here to assist with roadworks at the airport, which is in its final stage of construction. However, last evening, Persad-Bissessar confirmed that the United States military was working on upgrades of a radar system at the airport. On Monday, during an interview with Tobago Updates Digital, when asked if rumors regarding a radar system being set up by the U.S. military at A&R Robinson International Airport had any truth to it, Augustine said he had no knowledge of such, finally declaring it was a move he would not support. Up next, the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation has issued a statement condemning the tragic murder of a foreign national in the normally peaceful village of Kastara on Wednesday night. In a media release yesterday, the division extended heartfelt condolences to the victims' relatives and loved ones. The victim, who has been identified as 44-year-old Christopher Brown of Colorado, USA, was discovered in a prone position in a banana patch, clad in a blue shirt, black shorts, and a wristwatch. A knife was noticed lodged in the victim's back with a pool of blood where he laid. The man was said to be on vacation with his girlfriend and was scheduled to leave the island yesterday to return home. The body was removed by funeral home personnel and taken to the Scarborough mortuary. Police have confirmed that one suspect is currently in custody. Homicide Bureau Tobago Division is continuing with investigations. In some news of politics, last night the People's National Movement culminated its town hall series at the Bethesda Community Center, unveiling local athlete Corinne Forbes as the prospective candidate for the Plymouth Blackrock electoral district. Speaking to supporters gathered, Forbes reflected on her resilience and strong community ties, pledging to continue that same service once elected in the upcoming THA elections. In some long-awaited news for public servants, just after 10 p.m. last night, the Chief Personnel Officer, Daryl Dindedal, and the President of the Public Servants Association, Felissa Thomas, finalized wage negotiations, settling on a 10% increase. The back pay is expected to cost the state $3.8 billion in arrears and $420 million in annual recurrent expenditure. And finally, in some regional news, the political landscape of St. Vincent and the Grenadines took a major shift last night after the New Democratic Party NDP, led by Godwin Friday, secured a victory in the country's general elections, unseating Dr. Ralph Gonzalez and the Unity Labour Party ULP after 25 years in power. The elections held across 15 constituencies saw a massive turnout by citizens. During his victory speech, the Prime Minister said, quote, "This election represents a new chapter for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The people have spoken and we are committed to delivering on their hopes and aspirations," end quote. The NDP campaigned on economic revitalization, job creation, and new policies focusing on national development. These and other stories in our major newscast at 6:30 p.m. Be viewing Tobago Updates Television. And that was your news in 90 seconds. All right, folks, so a lot happening there in our space. I see we are back to square one, I guess, with the Prime Minister declaring that, yes, U.S. troops are here on island. working on a radar system. Some interesting questions there to be answered. If we take a pedal back on Monday, we would have had Tobago Updates Digital asking the Chief Secretary about that very same radar system, and he said he had no knowledge of it and also that it was a move he will not support. So the question looms, with taking integrity into consideration, we believe that the Chief Secretary was honest with the people of Tobago and he had no knowledge. And so therefore, the question is there to be asked, is it that the Prime Minister made a move without informing the Chief Secretary? Why was that done? So why wasn't the people of Tobago consulted? Where does that leave us? How does this radar system benefit us? Is it a benefit from us? Who should we ask about it? And should we ask the very same people that are setting up the radar system if this is beneficial for us? It's kind of like me asking the ice cream man if salted caramel is the thing that will work for me after running for 2 weeks and eating broccoli. But we'll have those conversations and more on Monday morning with you. Today is Friday. We had Magdalena Grand. We're having a smooth, cool, groovy time. All right. And so, you know, with that, we're going to jump right into the birthday shout outs this morning. It's birthday shout outs time. And as always, we like to celebrate with those that are celebrating. So first up, we have David Moore. David Moore, happy birthday going out to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television. We want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. And then we have none other than my boy himself, Carl Hector. Carl, good morning to you and happy, happy, happy birthday, my dear, dear friend. It's always a pleasure to have you on set. I wish we had you on set for some reason here this morning, right, to celebrate. Happy birthday. I pray you have a wonderful day and that God's richest blessings follow you into this new year. And then we have Karen Wahid Brown. Karen, happy birthday coming out from all of us here at Tobago Updates, wishing you a wonderful day. None other than the boy himself, Kerry Walcott. Kerry, good morning, my dear, dear friend. Happy birthday to you. I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope I see you somewhere someday. We take a drink. Happy birthday. Cheers to life. And none other than our very own lovely Shanice Lachman. Shanice, happy birthday. So viewers, anytime you see me looking pretty, well, not in recent times, but in the past, you see me sitting here looking pretty, it's because Shanice got me all the way together and had me snatched. So happy birthday going out to my girl Shanice, a makeup artist. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right, so that's it there for our birthday shout outs. Remember viewers, we like to celebrate with you once you are celebrating. All right, so send us your pictures, anniversary, whatever it is you are doing. We want to make sure we big you up and you be a part of us here because you are indeed really a part of us and we really want to celebrate with you. All right, and so we're going to go straight to the rundown this morning because you know we're going to be having good conversations. And first up this morning, we are going to be talking to Anne-Marie Degazon, Youth Development Director. And she's here to talk about Tobago Day celebrations. Yesterday we would have seen the Chief Sec and all others start off with the torch run. So we'll be talking about that. And then we talk to event promoter Killen Whitlock, and he's here to talk about In the Red. And then finally, to wrap up, we have Marcus. It's Friday, so we're going to be talking a little bit about sports, and he's going to bring you all things sports. I want to thank you so much again for always choosing Tobago Updates Television. We're going to take a quick break, but I want you to stay with us because we have a lot here for you. All right, so do me a favor and share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Sunday, November November 30th at 6 p.m. Join Bishop Terence Baines and the Tobago Gospel Promoters as they present In Response to Jamaica From the Heart, a powerful benefit concert at the Shore Park Food Hub. Jamaica has been hit hard by Hurricane Melissa. Homes destroyed, lives uprooted, and families in despair need of support. But together, we can help rebuild what was lost. Experience uplifting performances by Trisha Bukaj Asubas, Jada George, Kashif Wilson, Axis, Donnell Joe, Gabby Williams, Terence Baines, Prosperous Harry Bird, and many more. All performances will be auctioned. So come prepared to give, to share, and to make a real difference. Every dollar, every act of kindness counts. Let's stand together, Tobago, unite in love, faith, and purpose, and give from the heart. It's all happening Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Shore Park Food Hub, Tobago. Stand tall for Jamaica.
Lord, I thank you.
We waiting so long, the people miss the bacchanal.
Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblyman, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
You can now get what...
with a smile on your face. When you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. As we dive right into conversations, on set with me is the chairman of the Tobago Day Organizing Committee, Ms. Anne Degason, and we are here to talk about all things Tobago Day 2025. Good morning, Mama. How are you?
Good morning. Fantastic this morning.
Good. I see you clad in your Tobago Day t-shirt.
Yes, most definitely. The organizing committee, we've been out there. We started yesterday and things are going spot on.
All right. So let's take a track back with yesterday, because was the torch run, was that a first event to be added to the first time
it's fully added to the calendar, and it started a week of recognition activities to commemorate this 45 year of the Tobago House, this new Tobago House of Assembly being existent. As most persons would know or should know by now, in 1980 the Assembly, the Act came into being, and that would have given Tobago a certain level of autonomy, and Tobago continues to pursue that agenda towards achieving full autonomy within this twin island state. So Tobago Day is like our independence.
Right.
So it's a happy day. So I want to start off by saying happy Tobago Day to everyone.
Indeed. So I saw the chief started off in Charlottesville on the jetty with the torch.
Yes.
So was it, because I was unclear yesterday as I was speaking to viewers, so was it that the chief passed it on to someone in Speyside and Delaford? So what was it?
It went all the way around. And yes, we had different runners at different legs. We had most of our assemblymen, members of the house out there. So it was a mix of all of our leaders, both the minority,
yes,
and everybody running in the race, as well as several persons from the community, children, adults, mothers, fathers, and that was it. Our theme this year is one Tobago, one people, one destiny, and we are moving towards becoming the greatest little island on the planet. If you're not on board yet, you need to get on board.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that community stalwart, children, mothers, everybody was involved, because yesterday I had a conversation with a fellow villager who she felt as though Tobagonians as a wider population were excluded from Tobago Day event. She said to her she felt as though it was an extended inter-department. So I said, you know what, I think that it is, I believe the events are open to all Tobagonians to participate. Yes, so could you give me a bit on that?
And this year in particularly, we are inviting all persons to participate. Now, in the early celebration of Tobago Day, in fact it was celebrated at first as Assembly Day, and I think it was somewhere around 2016, the decision, the recognition that it was more significant to all of Tobago, and so it became Tobago Day, and it includes everyone. Of course, the divisions of the THA, because we are closer to the governance, is the engine room,
right,
where it really happens. But you know, without, if your vehicle is moving, you need tires, you need body, you need all kind of parts, which is the community. So the THA forms the engine room. There are some activities that are specific to Tobago, like our sports and family day and this triathlon. I think those are the two that may be more specifically involved the Tobago House of Assembly. But even in those two, we have included, so the triathlon which went today,
this morning,
each division included at least 2 persons who are outside, and I guess as it grows, we may lengthen it and try to include even more persons participating. Our Sports and Family Day, which takes place on Saturday, the 29th, it's a night sport, so it starts at 6 p.m. Also includes several persons from the community. And
the wider public is welcome.
And the wider public is welcome to come. We're having it in Shaw Park, and we went to a bigger venue. Usually it's held at Buku, because we want more people to come down. So come down.
So come down. And just as you spoke on the triathlon, I see that we have the results, and I just want to big up my co-host Akin Labi, as I see tourism is first place Division of Tourism, and second place Division of Infrastructure, third place Office of the Chief Secretary. If it's one thing, OCS resilient, you know, y'all must not be left out.
That's right. So that's my division, but I'm not here as division. I'm here as organizing committee. So we remain neutral. I'm supporting all of the divisions out there for the course of the program. So we started with the torch, and the torch had some significance. We were moving, and we moved through Tobago. We recognizing our community, our togetherness, and that's what it did. I really want to single out one person and say congratulations to him today. We had Kwame Gordon. Kwame Gordon was scheduled to run the leg from Signal Hill into Scarborough. We got a call while we were on the road from Kwame asking, could he participate earlier? We said, sure. So this is the spirit. Join in, come and run. Kwame started his run from the health center at Bacolet, and he went all the way
to Crown Point,
to the finish. Not just the Crown Point, it left there, it went up north, Mason Hall, across Lekki to come back down to Crown Point, back up and into the hub. And he ran all the way. So I really want to shout out, big up Kwame out there.
Indeed.
He added a little excitement, because I believe persons were following him on the route. Right. So I want to move forward from that.
The rest of events.
With the rest of the events, because we have things to come.
Of course.
As I said, on Saturday is the Sports and the Family Day. We are going back to games we used to play. So that one is going to be totally fun. I know divisions who are preparing to participate, because divisions compete and they can bring their family, their community. Once you have somebody in your division, means you could participate. So come on down, join and support the division that you want to work along with. They may need some help. So I'm calling out our seniors out there. We have one event that divisions are struggling with, and they have to figure out how to make it and get the materials to make it. That is the Johnny Walker. I know.
I don't know. I've never heard.
That's right. Nobody who's under 20 will know the Johnny Walker. Probably even under 40. So we are calling out our seniors out there. If you remember the Johnny Walker, you remember how to make it. Get in touch.
This is Mason Hall's time to shine, because that is Mason Hall's heritage production games we used to play.
So help your division. So we're going back to the traditional games. Rounders, moral, hopscotch. We're playing cricket with the coconut bat. We're gonna have a roller derby, box cat, roller, pitching, you name it. Hula hoop, double dutch skipping, you name it. So divisions have been preparing, they've been pulling in persons from the community. So this is Tobago games, Tobago style. One people.
Nice. I like that. I just want to let all divisions know that if you need a Rounders Pro, I'm available. Bidding starts. But we're moving right on. Tobago Thanksgiving Harvest Service.
Thanksgiving Harvest. So you know we have to give thanks.
Of course.
That's right. So the Lord has blessed the THA. You know, we have increased our location this year. The Lord has blessed Tobago. Things are nice. The hurricane season passed by. We were safe. We were good. Our family is doing good. We have a lot to grumble about, but we have a lot to say thanks for. So we are inviting. This is another event that all is invited. We want to see Shaw Park packed. Right? It starts at 10 a.m. on Tuesday the 2nd at the Shaw Park Complex, and we are celebrating, praising, and giving thanks. We've added another feature, which is our harvest into it, and we're inviting persons. This is a big one. Bring something and put it on the harvest table. We're inviting people to bring your fruits, your garden, your produce. You have Palm City, you have Palm City, Golden Apple, Chenet gone out of season.
Yeah.
You have provision.
Doesn't matter, bring something.
Corn, sweet bread, tulum, tambran ball, bring something.
Right.
Put it on the harvest table. After the service, we will all partake. Everybody gets something to take home. And we also identify so we can give to some of the charities out there.
All right.
Right. So
then Wednesday, we move on to Scarborough Heritage Bus Tour.
Yes, first event added to the calendar as well. We do it for 2 days from 10 a.m. We have 2 tours going per day, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Okay.
And the bus tours, it's historic. A historic journey through Scarborough. I'm going to say no more. Come down
and
the bus.
See. Good. And then on the Thursday, we have Tobago Day debate.
Right, so those are standard events on the calendar,
yes. And the Tobago Day Awards that we always look forward to.
And the Tobago Awards, which is also, but the awards is a closed event by invitation only. And I'm certain those who have gotten their invitations are already prepared.
Of course. And then we culminate with the cultural concert and drone show.
The big bang.
Yeah, this is going to be, I'm looking forward to this.
This is going to be spectacular. I don't know if we realize how beautiful Tobago is. But on that night, we will see the beauty of Tobago in the skies. The drones are going to light up. It's going to be on the Esplanade.
On the Esplanade.
So persons can gather the length of the Esplanade or come in
even
close.
By the old
behind it, that you need to also hear the storyline behind the scenes. So come in as close as possible, don't go too wide. But we also have a mega concert taking place that is synchronized with this drone show.
Right.
And we're going to be having the best of the best of the best in Tobago. There is no other place to be that on the Esplanade on Saturday the 6th, 7 p.m.
Thank you so much, Ms. Degazon. Viewers, you heard that. Nowhere else to be. Tobago Day celebrations 2025 have kick-started yesterday. We're continuing today and culminating on the 6th. And you know where you need to be on the Esplanade. So we were talking to Ms. Amri Degazon. She is the chairman of the committee of the organizing committee. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be right back with lots more conversations. I want you to do me a favor and share the live, share the live, share the live.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Tobago. You also have an equal chance of winning the brand new ride for Christmas in a 3-car raffle organized on behalf of Queen's Royal College.
I want a piece of pork. I want a piece of pork from the Christmas.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger. Draw date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available from islandetickets.com. Stumpy's Emporium Canaan, Cad Supermarket Lowlands, Terry Brown Supermarket Mount Pleasant, Pablo Supermarket Argyle, Miles Almondos and Company Limited Scarborough, Yachts Marketing, TB Mart Bonaccord, Cost Cutters, Sharon Bookstores Lowlands, Police Credit Union, Caribbean Jewelers Lowlands. For more info, call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802. Queen's Royal College Christmas 3-car raffle.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Join Bishop Terence Baines and the Tobago Gospel Promoters as they present in Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Join Bishop Terence Baines and the Tobago Gospel Promoters as they present In Response to Jamaica From the Heart, a powerful benefit concert at the Shore Park Food Hub. Jamaica has been hit hard by Hurricane Melissa. Homes destroyed, lives uprooted, and families in despair need of support. But together, we can help rebuild what was lost. Experience uplifting performances by Trisha Bukaj Asubas, Jada George, Kashif Wilson, Axis, Donnell Joe, Gabby Williams, Terence Baines, Prosperous Harry Bird, and many more. All performances will be auctioned. So come prepared to give, to share, and to make a real difference. Every dollar, every act of kindness counts. Let's stand together, Tobago, unite in love, faith, and purpose, and give from the heart. It's all happening Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Shore Park Food Hub, Tobago. Stand tall for Jamaica.
Thank you. Lord, I thank you.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television as we continue conversations on this beautiful Friday morning. Here with me, we are coming to you live from the Magdalena Grand Golf and Beach Resort. Let's not forget that, the beautiful. So remember, anytime you want to indulge a bit, come on down to the Magdalena Grand. Here with me this morning is none other than the creative director of Keys Studios, Keelan Whitlock, and he's here to talk about In the Red with us this morning. Keelan, good morning.
Good morning, Flavia. Good morning, Tobago Updates. Good morning, Tobago.
All right. Always a pleasure having you. So we're diving straight into it. In the Red. Tell me about it.
Right. So In the Red, the concept that is In the Red, it is being able to create while possibly at a deficit, operating out of a place of lack, or sometimes even when the odds are stacked up against you. So we at Key Studios, we've been inspired by this concept, and we actually launched a collection called In the Red. It is a creative collaboration across multiple disciplines: fashion, art, spoken word, even music, and different brands, artists, and collaborators have come together to launch this collaboration. We have a 2 execution event happening tomorrow, Saturday, 29th, and we launched the Red Market, where the collection goes live. We have collaborations between Hierarchy Clothing, Fluorescent Black, TGM Designs, and a host of other designers. And in the evening, we host the Red Zone, which is a networking mixer event, where we have artists actually unveiling pieces that they would have created based on this concept of In the Red. And they've used a kind of creative twist where they've been inspired by Maybelline New York makeup. So they use makeup as the medium the concept of Indie Red is really to inspire artists and creators to use what you have, use where you are to your advantage. The Tobago way a lot of times is that sometimes resources may be limited, but it is the thing that makes us who we are. It is the thing that makes us even more creative.
All right, so Key Studios is going to be bringing the entire orange economy under one roof. Yeah.
Yes.
And so the public is invited to come and indulge.
Most definitely.
Right. So you say it's going to be a launch of a collection.
Correct.
The launch of the collection, and we have all these creatives under one roof. Is it that the public is going to be able to purchase pieces?
That's right.
So tell me a bit about that.
It's a very limited edition collection. In some cases, 6 pieces. In some cases, 10 pieces. So very limited. But I can tell you that folks are in for a treat in terms of the direction for design for some of these items. So the red market happens from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. That's free, open for anyone to come by, view the pieces, purchase, and then our evening session, the Red Zone. There's a cost of $150 because it is food and drink inclusive, and a real interesting opportunity to be able to just, as you say, have everyone meet under one roof, network, share. We're going to have panel discussions regarding creating while in the red, and what do we do to find ourselves out of the red. It's been so interesting working on this concept and campaign because a lot of persons can identify with being in the red in some way. So what do you do in that case? So Key Studios is the place to be tomorrow.
Yeah, so it speaks to starting where you are. Often we would hear that, but not often we practice it because we think that we need to have all our ducks in a row.
That's right.
And it's okay for one of your ducks to be a pigeon and you keep it moving, because I think so much beauty and creativity could come out.
That's right.
There's a possibility of that. And also I want to touch a bit about later the evening, the collaborative event. So that's the Red Zone, $150. You said food and drinks inclusive.
That's right.
We have a lot of creatives under that roof, networking.
Yes.
We would not, so patrons would not be able to purchase anything at this point. Well. You would be at both.
That's right.
Okay, great.
Once there are items left
from the morning.
That's right. But the intention is to be able to just open the day up, so that as many people could come and support and patronize, but also then kind of have a chance to be able to kind of just sit back, celebrate, chill, as well as, we're coming closer to the end of the year.
Yes.
So there's also a good time for artists, creators on the island to kind of just come together and power a bit under one roof, and to have this around the topic a lot of us are familiar with. The Tobago artist a lot of times in the red, lives in the red, so it's something the artists can identify with, and just being able to use this concept to our advantage is something we'd love to just kind of just hear other person's opinions as well.
All right, could you give me address for Key Studios and also a telephone contact or WhatsApp contact, anything for patrons?
So Key Studios, we're located at number 13 Book Road, Canby. We are right after Daniel Trish Junction on the Mount Pleasant Main Road, and you can visit the Instagram page. There's all the updates there. Also, you can RSVP so that we can count you, and our folks can contact us at 342-2995.
All right, great. Killen, always a pleasure having you. Thank you so much. And wishing In the Red all the best. I know I would definitely be there. Viewers, I hope you come through tomorrow. Don't miss it. Come and partake, because once Killen Whitlock has put his hands on something, you're going to have very unique pieces. And if you're a nice girl like me, you're a girly girl like me, you want to be there, you want to go see what you could get your hands on. It's the end of the year. Carnival is coming up. You're going to be going back and forth for 1 or 2 fetes. You want to start to put down your pieces. I have already started putting down my pieces. All right, so we're talking to creative director from Key Studios, Killen Whitlock, talking about In the Red tomorrow. 2 events. Check out their Instagram page to get all the information. Well, that's it for me this morning, but you know what? The viewing is not done, because Marcus is up to talk all things sports. It is Friday. I'm going to see you bright and early Monday morning, but in the meantime, do me a favor and share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus
goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Who said the elderly can't have fun too? We're talking good food, proper music, lots of games, and a day at the beach they will never forget. From the time we left the compound at Heavenly Care Home for the Elderly, the vibe was already established. Wheels up and seatbelts on. Watch now, when we touched down in Pigeon Point, everybody was ready for excitement. But before anything could take place, we had to secure bellies. You ever play bingo by the beachside? Well, that was the first activity on the roster, and boy, did these seniors have fun. However, others wanted something more physical, so we brought out the ring toss, and not even arthritis could have stopped them. Well, I was blown away at how straight these people were. Are you sure this is a home for the elderly? Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, but nothing beats the sound of good steel pan by the shores while we take a dip in Tobago's finest water. Wait, more food again? This is my type of event. The energy was amazing and nothing short of a blessing. Pick up Heavenly Care Home for the Elderly, because joy doesn't retire, laughter doesn't age, and memories like these last forever.
To a stranger, we waiting so long, the people miss the bacchanal.
Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblyman, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony, 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex. And for the grand finale, December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hey viewers, welcome back to Tobago Updates Television. It's Friday, 28th November. We're getting ready for December, one of my favorite times, of course, for the year. Christmas time. We get to parang and eat some cake and drink some sorrel and ginger beer and stuff. Yes, so guys, we are here in the sporting segment this morning. And on set with me, I have Downey Marcel, head coach of Signal Hill Secondary School's football team. And of course, they have been making news here in Tobago, nationally, and I dare say the region, on the cusp, or in fact, they were on the verge. And they say on the verge of being the first secondary school in Tobago to win the premiership. That's like actually winning the Pro League title, if you want to put it that way. Definitely. And you know, over the years, when it comes to Tobago teams competing nationally, we normally look at the whipping boys. But Mr. Marcel, good morning to you.
Pleasant morning to you, pleasant morning to the viewers.
Yes, fantastic. And always a pleasure to have you here, talking football. And, you know, Signal Hill Secondary School, Downey. Yesterday you guys missed out on that elusive title, and against Naparima. Naparima coming out victorious 2-1, and obviously they would have gone on to win the title. Just your thoughts on going into that match. We saw it as like a finals, a virtual finals, and you had to go in their backyard to play the game. Just your initial thoughts.
Well, first of all, it was one of many finals because of the amount of games we had rescheduled, and of course we took it one game at a time because there wasn't much room for error. But yesterday's game, I thought that we did everything necessary. We did not change anything from what we were doing all the time. We knew that it's going to be a difficult game. Naparima is a well-organized team, and we know Coach Angus Eve. We know the brand of football that he played. I thought that the moment get to our players.
When they say the moment, in terms of the atmosphere there, or the fact that the game
could win.
is significant in the
So, you know, just before you do something significant, there's this tingling in the heart, nerves. And, you know, not everybody could deal with that the same way. And also, come on, when you're dealing with young players, you have to expect inconsistency. They operate based on mood. You have kids.
Yes.
And you are preparing your children for school every morning. This morning, he or she good. Everything good.
Yes.
And tomorrow morning,
they're very moody. Go
slow. You have to beg them. It's just that, you know, it was the worst possible game that our boys really just like had an off day. In football, you have an off day. And I think the early goals that Nap scored played right into Angus Eve's plan because he liked to sit deep and play on the counter-attack. But of course, not for the lack of effort, because we still tried, and we never really got into the game until about the 30th minute. We made some tactical substitutions, and it did help us a little bit because we normally possess the ball, and also we really start fast. It's the first time for the season that a team started better than us, because normally we are the first team to score. In most of the games, if not all the games we played, that we won, we scored the first goals.
Based on what you just said there, in terms of strategy, you felt that Angus Eve would have had one up on you in terms of they would have done their research, and they knew that you guys wanted to start on the front foot,
of course,
and they used their home advantage as well.
Yes,
and you know. You said that you all settled around in the 30th minute, but you were already 2-0 down. 2-0 down. So, I mean, what was the plan at the dress? Well, the halftime talk, I would have gotten the guys to come back and actually pull a goal back. What was the conversation?
Well, of course, as a coach, you know, you have to remind them, you know, of all the positives and what we've been through and why we are here. And, you know, you try your best to use any sort of motivation to act as a catalyst, you know, to give them the energy and, you know, reminded them of what could, you know, what we can achieve in the moment. And they did well. We came out second half, and you know, we tried to be a bit more aggressive. We changed the system a little bit, went to, you know, more attackers, because you don't want to change too much from what you were doing all the time because you are goal down. You have to be so careful as a coach, because sometimes you have to stay true to the philosophy. But of course, at some point in time, something got to give. And then we went to a back three and a front four, basically. It was like that.
You had to win.
And they tried. They tried, but it was destined. It was probably Naparima time to win, because they were one of the standout team from the inception of the league. They just dropped off a little bit. And of course, because of the amount of rescheduled games, it appeared that, okay, Signal Hill is the team. So it's like the whole league had to sit down and just wait to see if Signal Hill slip up. So you have to give the boys credit for that.
Yes.
Because playing all those games in a short space of time, not making any excuses as well. You know, sometimes last night I'm wondering, is it that we were a bit tired?
Because I wanted to ask it as well. If the closeness of all the games that you had to play, the rescheduled games, if that worked in Signal Hill's favor?
Well, to a point. Because again, not all the teams in the league, they are Naparima level. So some teams could get away with it, but when you reach up on a good team, a well-structured, well-drilled team, you saw the difference.
And they need a good bench as well.
And we have about 3 injuries coming up to that captain Antonio Hopkins, Jemiah Gibbs, former national under 15 player.
Right.
So we lack some quality in some areas, but again, the players that were there, they tried, they give it their all. I mean, the last 10 minutes, you saw, I mean, if you look at the game, we tried, we tried, you know. So it's not for the lack of effort. It just was not our day. And that's how football is.
So in terms of those rescheduled matches, I mean, year in, year out, it seems to be a perennial problem in the league itself. You've been in the system for quite a while. I'm sure you have played in this football league as well, and you're a coach. What advice would you give the committee to alleviate all those matches? I mean, being rescheduled, postponed, cancelled to the actual extent as well. Because I think St. Augustine, you got points from St. Augustine because they were to come to Tobago, and they did not send the necessary letter 48 hours. The time period.
Yeah, I think it's 48
hours. Yeah. And you got the points. Yeah. I mean, what advice would you give the committee to treat with this going forward?
Well, definitely, before I give me advice, when you saw the report from the president, Mr. Mariri, you know, he spoke about funding and
funding for teams to come to Tobago.
Well, normally, based on what happened, is that the SSFL helps some teams with funds to come across to Tobago, because remember, most teams travel once.
Yeah.
So funding was an issue. They normally, with sponsorship in the past years, they would have given school, I don't know if it's $10,000 to help. To help. This year, they couldn't afford that because of the lack of sponsorship. So, if that happens, for me, this is a national league. This is secondary school.
This is Premier
Division. You have the Ministry of Sports, you have the Ministry of Education. So, and note well that teams are coming to Tobago once.
Well, because before it was home and away, right?
No, I think it was always
Premier Division.
Yeah.
So what determines? Is this like a raffle draw?
No.
Like what determines who comes to Tobago?
Right. So all the teams that we played in Trinidad this season, we played them out.
Right.
So they alternated every season.
Okay.
So my advice to them is you go to the Ministry of Sports, you go to the Ministry of Education.
And not the week before the league starts?
No. Get the funding. Also, earlier fixtures.
Right.
Because, for instance, we are aware of the 3 teams that are going up to the Premiership this year.
Yes.
So we know we have Hillview, Speyside, Mukarapu.
Right.
Give us the fixtures by April. Give team enough time to organize the flights and book tickets way in advance. As I said, the teams from Trinidad are coming to Tobago once, most of them. So like St. Augustine, Scarborough Sec would have played them in Trinidad. They come in Tobago to play Signal Hill.
And normally that would be like 6 trips to Tobago. If 12 teams in the 15 teams. 15 teams, so like what, 7, there will be 7 teams coming to Tobago.
Yeah.
Right. So you know for a fact you have 7 trips to make to Tobago. And I like we mentioned, get the fixtures out as early as possible so you have predictability in terms of booking your flights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the reason why most of the Tobago teams would have gone down, we would have done that.
Yes,
and hats off to the Division of Education, which helps with funding the Tobago teams and stuff like that. So
shout out the Sporting Education Unit.
Of course. Well, that's your unit, or?
Yes, that's my unit. You know,
so Tobago teams did not suffer that.
Yes.
Any game that was postponed because the Tobago team could not have traveled, it's not because we did not have the funding, the availability of flights. So maybe SSFL need to get some kind of partnership with Caribbean Airlines. Look for some kind of sponsorship. The sponsorship don't have to be funding. The sponsorship could be give us first preference for flights. That's all we want.
And then the fast ferry really not, when I say not feasible in terms of
it depends. It depends.
If you go the day before.
That's right.
But not on the same day.
Definitely
I can tell you, dog. Well.
Yeah, that's if
you travel the same day on that fast ferry, you're not getting players to play at all.
Definitely can't work.
Yeah, but Marcel, I wanna get into what was like the goal for Compre in at the beginning of the season. I mean, you guys saw yourselves winning the league.
Yeah. Last year we came 7th.
Yeah.
And we saw, it was my first experience as a Premiership player and as a coach, and then only 3 players had played Premiership before, which was Karen Arthur, Malik Wilson, and Nickel Williams. Nickel came from Speyside, Karen, Malik Wilson came from Bishops, do 6th form and repeat 5th form. Every other player, first time. So we learned. And as a coach, you have to humble yourself. We took about 4 games last year to find rhythm and to get like centre back. Right. So we did not play enough practice games and probably started a bit too late. So because we maintained most of the players last season, and trust me, we played St. Benedict's, we drew twice. They only beat us in the intercall because of semi-finals, because penalty kicks. So right there and then you realize, but wait, now we can match. Presentation beat us 1-0 last year. Naparima beat us 1-0 last year. So all the big colleges 1-0 or we drew, but we could match these fellas. So of course the approach this year now was different. We started June and we played way more practice games than we did last year. So by the time the season started, I was already aware of the team and you know, in the event of who could play where, utility players and stuff like that, in the event of injuries, and we used that to our advantage and we saw the results of that.
That's fantastic. And you mentioned some of your players return this year. What's going to happen going forward? Are you going to have the same core players, or are you going to how many players are going to be missing next year?
I would like for all of my players to return to school, but sometimes when players reach that age and school is not always, for some of them, for me, is not the best thing, because you know we have a system and academically everybody is born for that. So we need just a better system in place. I wish all my players could come back, honestly, I wish, but we need different system. we need to do, and this is no look out to nobody, this is just advice. We need to change the system in Tobago and stop seeing our students as just students. Once you are playing football, basketball, cricket, representing secondary school, see them as student athletes. Because look at our boys missing school. We go down day before game, come up day after, sometimes 3 days. But yet still, you are fighting for the same grades with children who are not doing nothing at all.
So what is the difference? Because you mentioned that we need to stop seeing them as students. Compare that to a student athlete.
Right, so you have a separate system for them. So there will be no clashes. So when you have a student, when you go college, when it's football time, it's football time. You don't have to skip class to go football.
So you're asking for extra classes, but after
yes,
school?
or a special class that you could have these athletes because they are representing school, or we see them as sportsmen and sportswomen because of course they believe that what they are doing eventually they could get a scholarship somewhere, become a professional. We have to create the avenue for that and not put them under pressure. And I think it could affect some time because of course when you finish football, you had to go class, you had to ask a partner, you had to catch up with work, and it's not always the easiest. Some people does not have the support system like a home for that, because you know some parents are not always on that level. So we have to do our best to help our athletes, not just in Tobago but Trinidad and Tobago, and student athletes.
So talk about your management as well, because you just mentioned that you have to have a support system. What about your management?
Well, Signal Hill Secondary School have the best management team in the whole secondary school football. Of course headed by the principal, Mrs. Ariana Ford, and of course Sian Dean Blackman, you know Sian already. We have Mr. Roberts, we have Mrs. Walker, Ariana Miller, and of course my coaching staff. We have Coach Kwesi Sandy, who's the goalkeeper coach, Imani Forbes, assistant coach, and Navi Roach, assistant coach. And of course from time to time we have some teachers. They may not be on the list as a management staff, but they are still coming to Trinidad because you must have a teacher with you. We have Miss Dyrimple and teachers like that who always support the school. So we are grateful, and of course all the teachers in Signal Hill Secondary School also who are committed to the task, because some of them really spend the time to ensure the boys are up to date with their work. So that's the staff, the teachers and the parents as well.
And as we look to wrap, in terms of the intercall, because I know that's next for you guys, right? Tell me about you know, first match you play, because it's knockout. So the first match you play and where you play that match.
Well, that's why I'm reminding you.
Defending champions.
Yes. So that is what we told the boys yesterday in the dressing room. I told them, I said, okay, we missed one. That is life. We have the second one to go for. Last year we reached semi-finals. So this year we're going all the way to the finals. We're going to give it all. Our first game is on Sunday versus Bishop's High School. You know, knockouts game are tricky.
Very
it's a
tricky.
fairy tale.
It's on the day.
I'm not even going to think that, okay, Bishop's playing championship. And no. Okay, but in all fairness, I will really like Naparima to win Trinidad and we win Tobago.
I like this because you want to catch him again. You want to catch him.
I believe so.
You want to catch him. And I mean, as we go down here, I know sometimes you may not want to identify one or two players, but there must have been some standout players for your team, and you can identify some of those players.
Well, of course, Emmanuel Wright. I will mention him. Why? Early up in the season, presentation came for Emmanuel, and I.
When they say came from, like, so how does that work?
They will reach out to the player. They reach out to the parents, right? And they say, well, we're interested in Emmanuel.
And they will organize the transfer and all these different things.
And hence, bro, and how much time we have? because I want to say something.
Yeah.
And last year when we qualify for Prem, you know, you would have looked to the schools to see the top players to try to bring them to Signal Hill because.
Wait. So when I say look to the schools,
no, when I say you want to bring players to the school because playing the Premiership is like,
that's allowed.
Okay, let me show you this. This is a scenario.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Bishop's High School. They have qualified for Prem in the last. About 2 times in the last 5 years or whatever. And every year they qualify for Prem, they get relegated. But Bishops don't bring in no player to assist them. So the schools like the Naparima, the Fatima, Presentation College, these just look for the best players. Okay, Riquelme Phillips is one of the top players in Tobago. Not just scored yesterday. Riquelme Phillips transferred from Speyside. The best player in Speyside transferred to where? Naparima. You also have Cameron Bovell from Speyside, transferred to where? Naparima. Nobody in Tobago making no noise about that because they see Naparima as a big school. If Signal Hill go for those same players, you know what they say? Oh, Signal Hill national football in Tobago.
So you can poach, but they can't poach within the same league. You poach elsewhere.
So why can't we keep the best players in Tobago? For instance, Speyside is now in Premiership and Signal Hill. Why we can't have all the best players go to Speyside and Signal Hill? In that way, we could rally them in Trinidad.
But as you mentioned, I mean, Naparima College seen as the gateway to national teams, like for cricket.
Well, we have 5 boys who made the national U14 team last year, 1 from Bishops in Tobago and 4 from Signal Hill. You don't have to go to Trinidad to make the national team. It's time enough to come away from this and let Trinidad see that we have the talent right here in Tobago. Come for me if you want me.
You mentioned Emmanuel and anyone else?
Yes, Emmanuel Wright. Akim Duncan. Boy, to me,
it's the entire team.
The team really work well. We have a fantastic unit. But I can mention Emmanuel because when Kai James, top striker, ended up with second in most goals. Look at that. When we were struggling for goals, Emmanuel was consistent in all difficult games, the 1-0 games. Emmanuel scored some of the most important goals for us. But the entire team, we played well, but Emmanuel really, hats off to you. You trusted the coach, his parents trusted the coach. I call him and say, Emmanuel Nagua presentation. Signal Hill is a better school than presentation, and we will win the league this year. And I'm also happy to finish on top of presentation because I have to put my foot in my mouth. So I think that the best players in Tobago should stay in Tobago. Speyside is now in the Prem.
I agree as well.
And Signal Hill is in the Prem. If a Tobago school, for a Tobago school to win Prem, we need the best players playing with Speyside and Signal Hill. It doesn't mean national football in Tobago because the schools in Trinidad come in and take our best players and carry them to Trinidad.
I understand the system. Don't it's always a short time when we meet up to have conversations.
I need to come for hour.
You see, don't look at that guy cross. That guy with the cross, his name is Ronald Wood. We can talk to you about that. But Donny, I really love the passion, and I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate your management because I mean, so it takes a team. It takes a team, and you guys would have done something very special. And what it gives now, the other schools in Tobago will see, well, wait, but we can do that too. And then it'll make them lift their game as well. So congratulations. I look forward to what you guys will do in the intercol as well, and what you will do next season. To the parents, the principal, everybody in the community that would have assisted in getting the students ready to play. Congratulations, and of course, keep it up. Before we go, I have some results here from triathlon. The Tobago House of Assembly obviously celebrating Tobago Day. They had a triathlon this morning. They did the torch yesterday, and I really find it hard to read these results in a way. You know, I work for the Division of Education. I ain't even seen no one name in the top 3 here. Shout out to Tourism, Division of Tourism. They won the triathlon. Second place, Infrastructure. I like that result here. And then the Office of the Chief Secretary, they finished 3rd in the triathlon. And obviously the sport It's happening tomorrow in
where's the division of education and where your division?
Well, I had to pull along somewhere, but I had time to show that. I had time to show like that, you know. But yeah, so viewers, thank you so much for tuning in this morning to the sporting segment. We have Natalie up next with Good Morning Tobago. All right, guys, of course, stay locked, stay safe, and see you guys next Friday. But don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Place I was in 18 years ago. And I just want to say that this program really inspired me a lot, right? Because I started writing some songs they call gospel. And believe me, I like to share one or two with you all, but maybe I could just share one. It goes like this. God moved in a mysterious way. While we wonder, He performed. Hallelujah. God moved in a mysterious way. While we wonder, He performed. So keep on wondering, wondering, and let God perform. Keep on wondering, wondering, He can calm the storm. Hallelujah. Believe me, I just want to say thanks be to God and for His encouragement that I can move forward.
This is the voice of a changed man that vowed never to return to the life he once had. At the recently concluded one-day interactive remedial therapy session hosted by the Probation Services Unit in the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, under the theme, Leading a Law-Abiding Life in the Midst of Financially Challenging Times. 10 clients are better equipped to lead productive lives. Secretary in the division, Dr. Faith Brebner, shared a very important message with the participants.
Now, we are the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. The social protection speaks about us ensuring that we work with populations, all of us, to ensure that we can withstand shocks. What are shocks? Shocks are probably the things you thought about when I first asked the question, why are you here? The thing that caused you to have, for example, a probation officer. Which is fine. Remember, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. But you are where? You're in today. Which means that all of the information you gathered today, you now have the opportunity to use and to use wisely.
One participant spoke on behalf of the others that participated in the one-day program.
Before I was invited by my probation officer, I didn't really want to be a part of it because I thought that I didn't really need the knowledge on this. But as I was invited today, I learned a lot, especially from Mr. Melville. He taught me a lot. And I just hope that everybody that participated at least can walk away with something, knowing some, and hope that there could be a better person in this life.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
I want to start by sincerely thanking the members of the Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative for the hard work that you guys have put in place to allow us to have the kind of accreditation that we now have.
These boxes contain essential items for babies, giving every child a good start. Ladies and gentlemen, I am elated to be part of this beneficial move.
So tell me, how will this baby box help you?
It will help in a lot because of the stuff inside of it. For instance, the manual pump. You could put it in your bag and walk with it. And the bag, you could open it out and put the baby in it to change. So it's a very good idea, and I'm very thankful for it.
Well, I think the baby box in general will benefit all new moms, but for me in particular, I like the aspect of the breast pump because I personally want to breastfeed for a long time. So that's actually my favorite item in the box, but everything else I think would be useful, from the clothes and all the other goodies that was given today.
The box would assist my family and I, first of all, with the basic needs that baby would need. The one thing I'm actually grateful for is the breast pump, because I was about to purchase one. Since I'm exclusively breastfeeding, I want that the father and other family members to be a part of my journey. And I know that this is breastfeeding month. It is, yes it is.
Today's launch and unveiling are steps in the right direction.
We start by the mummies and the daddies giving birth in a baby-friendly facility. And then we send you home with a little bit more support.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Marcus. Marcus is just so excitable, and you know he brings these sports with all the vibes for setting the pace for GMT this morning. It is Friday the 28th of November. I'm your host Natalie Seeley Richardson, and yes, November is done. I know some of you are looking in your bank account to see if the eagle landed. Did it? Let's hope so, right? We're heading into the weekend, and of course when we talk about the end of November, I know today's Black Friday sale. Many of you are online. Please remember you're at work to do people work this morning and stop looking at all those sales online, right? Especially if the eagle didn't land in your account as yet, leave it alone. But we're getting right into our business this morning because we need to talk about this event happening. I don't even know if to call it an event, all right? And with me this morning is Ms. Tennille Devines Hill and Leanne Charles, both of TPAC, and Tennille is the Communications and Marketing Manager, and of course Leanne is an artistic resident. To both of you, good morning.
Good morning, Natalie. Morning, Tobago Updates family.
And before we get into this bus tour, it's not just any bus tour, you'll have to stay tuned to hear about it. I want to know a little bit about what you do. Leanne, let's start with you. When you hear artistic resident, I think it's a term we hear a lot of times when we talk about the performing arts, or you see people who host artists talk about this is a resident for this time. What or who is an artistic resident?
So let me start from the beginning. When TPAC started, there were the drama residents, and then we had the dance residents, right? But they recognized that the residents function across disciplines. They can sing, they can dance, they can act. So they decided to, okay, let's name it artistic residents, because we function across the disciplines. Our residents, we direct, we write, as I said before, we are singers, we write music, we engage in research, we function, sometimes we help Tennille in communications. So it's a situation where all of us are well-rounded, and that is what comprises of the artistic resident, is one that function across the disciplines and the different areas at Tobago Performing Arts Company.
Excellent. Of course, I must say a special Friday good morning to the TPAC crew, right? You all are always so excellent in your delivery. Whatever you all decide to do, it's always top notch. So thank you for always giving us top notch and allowing us to be immersed in so many various experiences. And of course, Tennille, Communications and Marketing Manager. Tell us what you do at TPAC.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we're familiar with the terms communications and marketing, but in the performing arts industry, it's very much an arts administration function. So I do help promote TPAC shows. I help them to plan their events, specifically or bespoke events like Force, or when we go to Carifesta, things like that. I even help them with their publications. And I, of course, represent them on administration teams to help make decisions, whether it comes to grant funding applications, what show to do next, and guiding our residents and our administration team when it comes to media engagements. So it's an all-rounded role that encompasses things like public relations, communications, marketing, and arts administration. It's actually one of my dream roles as a former actress myself, and now public relations consultant and expert.
And let me tease you a bit, you know, in that field, you have to do some acting, right?
Of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course. I mean, me and your residents, some of us, we've been on stage together in the past. So I think that experience also helps me to understand and tap into what TPAC needs and how to represent them well.
Right, excellent. And we want to tell our viewers about the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tour. Is this part of the Tobago Day celebration?
Yes, we at TPAC were so honored when the Tobago House of Assembly would have approached us to co-produce these Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours, which will be happening the 3rd and 4th of December, twice a day, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. So the idea was to bring the history, the memories of Scarborough to life. I mean, the capital of Scarborough is very important to the people of Tobago. It's very much connected to Tobago Day. It's the heart of who we are, where the assembly was, where the port was. So we want to bring history to life for both young and old, for visitors and Tobagonians, and also reinstill that sense of pride and understanding in the places, the faces that we heard about and see every day as well. So it's going to be an exciting edutainment opportunity for everyone to attend for Tobago Day.
Right, and viewers, you really have to pay attention to all the information, because I think this is something you can't afford to miss. You're not just having fun or passing time, but you're actually learning, and I think that's something we feel in many levels of society, where we have opportunities to understand more about who we are, you know, where we came from, and just, you know, a simple monument you might just take for granted. You're passing it in Scarborough all the time. What does it really mean?
Well, I mean, if some of the viewers are like me, I was not the best student in history class. But you see, that's the power of performance. Performance really bridges that gap between history, culture, the past, and the present. So I think that was so exciting and innovative for the THA to come and ask us as TPAC, let's just educate the people through a flyer or a TV show. Let's bring it to life. Let's bring music into it, choreography into it. So it's going to be a fun way to educate people while still just, if you want to be entertained, just come and be entertained.
Right, yeah, it's really, you're being immersed into an experience.
Yeah.
And Leanne, what can people, I mean, we got a little bit from Tennille, and without giving too much, because I want people to come and still not be too sure what we're going and experience here, right? But what can people expect on these 2 days, the 3rd and 4th of December?
Okay, so the 3rd and 4th of November, December. Sorry, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., right? Okay. We start at Carrington Street, where the buses will be lined off. As Ms. Devines mentioned, you know, you walk past these places daily, but you really don't know the function and the role that they would have played back in the 60s or the late 50s and 70s, 80s. One of the things that we are trying to do really is to already educate these people about these particular places. So we start at Carrington Street, and I mean, you'd wonder how I know Scooby used to be there. Research would have shown that, right? Those older folks who would remember that part or that particular historical site, as I would say, they will also remember the characters that used to be around that area. Kopi, Serene, so forth, Sam. So we want to incorporate all those characters from back then, and just to juggle your memory a little bit, you know, remembering the past, you know, and we still character today. The fellow who directs the traffic in town, you know, and the
he was hard at work this morning.
Almost every morning.
He's very diligent. I'm like, somebody really needs to pay this guy. He's there on time. He's committed. Sometimes if the weather is a bit off, you see him standing on the side. When it clears off, he goes back to his post.
So we start in Carrington Street. The buses, you buy a bus ticket. Don't forget your $1. It is only $1, right? You will have.
So do you pay on arrival, or is it like a pre-registration? To show up with my $1 and then somebody collects my $1, boards the bus?
You collect your $1, you board the bus.
Right.
Because there will be a conductor and there will be someone selling the tickets, and there will also be a mobile lady at the stand as well, so you could refresh yourself before you get on the bus. And while you're on the bus, you will be entertained by our, you know, veterans. Mr. Wax, Eric Powder, and Leslie
So this is like a free show? Because I mean, if you're paying just $1, you get in a bus ride, right? You could refresh yourself, support the mobile lady, right? And you have these, I mean, these persons from our community who they have paved the way for so many to come, and you're getting them to be part of this experience. We're talking about not just being entertained, but educated as well. Share some of the persons from our communities you all would have tapped into to find out what happened then.
Okay.
Well, I know Leanne is close to the project as one of the artistic residents. I did have the pleasure of joining in on some of the interviews. So we would have spoken to like the historian, Dr. Rita Pemberton. She gave us a lovely in-depth interview of what Tobago was like, but also a little bit about its colonial past, as well as the significance of the people and places we see. We would have spoken to some Scarborough stalwarts, such as, I don't know if people know Winston, also known as Uza, who's a Jumbie mass man from a long time, and Alan Granville, who's one of the people in Scarborough who really holds the history within his brain, within his heart, and we were able to pick his brain for about 3 hours. We even have people like our own Dr. Charleston Thomas, who's the chairman of TPAC's board of directors, who also knows a lot about the history. But more than that, TPAC doing this alone. So as Leanne would have mentioned, we have some of these guests. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge some of the people we have, including people like your very own Akinlabi Holder from Tobago Updates. We have people like Leslie Ann Ellis. We have Anton Roberts, Dion Briggs, and Simone Briggs, who are stilt walkers and actors of a while ago. I've worked with them for decades, it feels like. People like, as you mentioned, Eric Powder, and even Mr. Michael Baker. So while TPAC is producing and bringing it to life, we're really tapping into the people that are familiar with the culture, because it's important to show multiple generations of experience on and off the stage.
And why is a production like this, Leanne, important to Tobago Day? So we know that a lot of activities, you know, are being celebrated and put in place. Yesterday was the passing of the torch, this morning triathlon, I think tomorrow is sports, and everything leading up. Why is a production like this integral in celebrating Tobago Day?
Well, remember, this is Tobago Day, you know, and it is us remembering where we have come from to where we are now. And really and truly, how we see Tobago now is way more of an improvement from then, as some people would say.
Right.
We really wanted to tap into the one Tobago, one people, one destiny. And I think it is important for us to remember our past, because it also strengthens our future. And it also, you know, fosters this type of intergenerational conversation between the young and the old. I mean, history is very important to us, you know, and I just want to go back to saying that, you know, all the historical sites that we would touch, including Kingswell, including the market that was at Tambrin Square at one point, and then we go to the fort. All of these places that I mentioned before that we brush by daily, you know, it's very important to know what used to happen here at one point, you know. So I think that is really the importance, and I must congratulate the Office of the Chief Secretary for, you know, allowing this tour to happen.
Right, and as we talk about this tour, who do you really want to come to this tour? Because I think sometimes when we have programs like this or opportunities like this, you see more the older persons from society coming out. Is it just for them to have a day of, you know, walk down memory lane? Is it just for them? Tell us.
Well, no, not at all. As we were talking earlier, I remember you were saying that you were showing your son some parts of Scarborough as well. And imagine, as Leanne said, that connection, that conversation between generations, that's what we are encouraging. So we want both the young and older, not old, young and older folks to come out, because I think young people are very important facets of personality. Should be curiosity. You should know where you come from in order to map a path of where you're going. And again, it's also entertainment. So for those students as well who are in the arts, we encourage to come out, because this is quite an intricate production. You get to see a lot of technique, a lot of choreography. We have some designed by your music unit, led by the infamous or famous O.J. Richards, as well as Keyshawn Julian, two of our musical stalwarts. So it's going to be really a multifaceted show. So whether you like history, you like entertainment, you're curious, you want to walk down memory lane, or you just want to learn something new. And our visitors, Natalie, I mean, we know it's cruise ship season. We know that Tobago is trying our best to develop the tourism industry, and this is part of a cultural tourism product. So this is a good way for visitors to not just enjoy the beaches and walk by the fort, but to see history come to life in a way that only Tobago and TPAC could do.
And I'm glad you mentioned that component, because usually my husband and I would always sit around this time and say, when the tourists get off the ships, those who aren't going on the planned tours, what is there for them to do? And we always talk about like a living museum through the botanics and stuff. So we are giving all ideas for free, right? No consultancy fees here, right? And have them pay, because when we travel the Caribbean, we realize that you pay for everything. When you go to Barbados, when you access the you don't just get to walk in through the gates. You have to pay. Of course, there's something for locals, there's something for the CARICOM citizens, there's something for international tourists. But you pay. And every time we have that conversation in Tobago, people raise an alarm. But we have something to offer, and people are willing to pay. So why not, you know, put things in motion? But people, you cannot miss this heritage bus tour. Mr. Wood, I know you listen to GMT, right? And this is Mr. Hezekiah Wood. We know Mr. Wood like to socialize. Mr. Wood, a sponsor in your trip, $1, it's on me, right? You have 2 options. In fact, you have 4 options. It's Wednesday and Thursday, the 3rd and 4th. You can choose the 10 a.m. or the 1 p.m. on either day, right? And I guess if you like it so much for the 10 a.m., we could do our next trip the 1 o'clock, right? So, Mr. Wood, that trip is on me if you're interested. You don't worry about anything, right? I will come and pick you up home, drop you in Scarborough, pay $1. If you need the mobby, we organize
and the mobby is only 25 cents, huh?
You see what I mean? Well, look at that. I can buy 4 cups for you, right? We're going to have a great time. I really hope I can make it, ladies. This is really interesting. And viewers, this is nothing to think about, right? And I would love to see a program like this as well for our our primary school students, you know, preschoolers, because I think once we introduce them and we get them at an early age, then these things will become part of their lives. They will want to know more. You know, history wouldn't be such a bore. They would see, okay, this doesn't have to be a drab, you know, we can look at it in a different way. So, very exciting, viewers. Can you tell I'm excited? Yes, so ladies, thank you so much, but we have to wrap up. We have to make way for our other guests this morning on GMT. So, viewers, you don't have to go online, you don't have to scan a QR code, it's not complicated. Just walk with your $1 bill, right, and come meet people, socialize. You might bounce up some friends and see you real long, right? And let's just have a beautiful time, safe, clean fun as we support this. And I love the Tobago Days mandate, and I think we should be very conscious of it. One Tobago, one people, one destiny. All right, so we're getting ready for our next guest, and our next guest is from right here, the Magdalena Grant, and you are quite familiar with her. So stay tuned. You'll find out what she has to share with us this morning as we go for a quick break.
So long, the people miss the bacchanal.
Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblyman, and our proud sporting group.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony, 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Join Bishop Terence Baines and the Tobago Gospel Promoters as they present In Response to Jamaica From the Heart, a powerful benefit concert at the Shore Park Food Hub. Jamaica has been hit hard by Hurricane Melissa. Homes destroyed, lives uprooted, and families in despair need of support. But together, we can help rebuild what was lost. Experience uplifting performances by Trisha Bukaj Asubas, Jada George, Kashif Wilson, Axis, Donnell Joe, Gabby Williams, Terence Baines, Prosperous Rebuild, and many more. All performances will be auctioned. So come prepared to give, to share, and to make a real difference. Every dollar, every act of kindness counts. Let's stand together, Tobago, unite in love, faith, and purpose, and give from the heart. It's all happening Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Shore Park Food Hub, Tobago. Stand tall for Jamaica.
Thank you. Lord, I thank you.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Tobago! You also have an equal chance of winning the brand new ride for Christmas in a 3-car raffle organized on behalf of Queen's Royal College.
I want a piece of pork. I want a piece of pork for me Christmas.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger. Draw a date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available from islandetickets.com. Stumpy's Emporium Canaan, Cad Supermarket Lowlands, Terry Brown Supermarket Mount Pleasant, Pablo Supermarket Argyle, Miles Almondos and Company Limited Scarborough, Yachts Marketing, TV Mart Bonaccord, Cost Cutters, Sharon Bookstores Lowlands, Police Credit Union, Caribbean Jewelers Lowlands. For more info, call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802. Queen's Royal College Christmas 3-car raffle.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and
Celie Richardson, and yes, I know you have noticed we're not in studio this morning. We are at the Magdalena Grand. I think that has become Tobago Update's second home, yes, and we're always happy to be here to find out what's going on, what's new, what's going on exciting. And joining me this morning is Melanie Forbes, a sales coordinator at the Magdalena Grand, and we are currently in Robinson Crusoe's pub, and I know some of you are very familiar with this space. Any big sports tournament, you guys come here, you have a grand time, and you have a good time and you always return. So this morning, Melanie, let me welcome you to GMT this morning.
Good morning, Natalie. Thank you for having me, and welcome to you and your crew to Magdalena Grand.
Yes, and as I say, we're always happy to be here. Now, we are in that season, and no, we're not talking about silly season, we're talking about the Christmas season. And for us, Christmas means family. It means, a little downtime from the regular work schedule, because I know some of you, the amount of work you put into your house, that's exhausting just to think about it. But we talk about food, we talk about coming together as a people. We talk about limes, parties, you have your Christmas Day event. You have Old Year's Night, New Year's Eve, as we like to call it now. And of course, for the Christian community, it's very important because it celebrates and acknowledges the birth of Christ. So there's church activities, so much happening. So what I want you to tell our viewers, of course, is what's happening at the Magdalena Grand for this festive season.
Okay, well, it's really an exciting time for Magdalena Grand. We have a few dining options available for this festive season.
Right.
And we kick off the festive season with our taste of Christmas menus. So this is geared towards small groups, a group of colleagues, a group of friends,
right,
family groups, to partake in a taste of Christmas. So we have specially curated a menu for the 10th and the 17th for dinner at the Pemba restaurant. And moving on in the festive season, we also have a dinner menu on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Day, we have our very famous Christmas breakfast buffet, as well as we have Christmas brunch and Christmas dinner. And then on New Year's Day, we have a brunch as well. And going back to Boxing Day, we also have a brunch and a dinner on Boxing Day as well. And well, that would wrap up the Christmas season, but also we have an amazing hangover breakfast schedule for the 1st of January.
Right, so that's a lot, viewers. I hope you took that in. And you know, when you talk about the buffet and the dinners for Christmas Day, now you know traditionally so much happens in the home, but life has changed a lot. And some of us, the hassle of all the preparation, we're not doing it. We're not going down, but we want the family experience. We want to spend quality time with each other. And you know, I think this is a great opportunity to have that family feel still. You didn't have to slave over all those different dishes. Somebody else did it, and you just have to bring yourself, look pretty, and eat and have fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that is amazing. So what numbers, like especially for the smaller groups, because we know a lot of offices, they may not go out as a whole office or the whole company, but you may have a small team within a small department who may be looking, you know, to find somewhere just to hang out and enjoy themselves as a team. So what numbers can they reach out to?
So they can contact us for the dinner on the 10th and 17th.
Right.
They can contact us at 660-8500 or send us an email. They can email us at sales@magdalenagrand.com or guest.service@magdalenagrand.com.
And of course, your normal lineup for those of us who may just want to have dinner. You mentioned Christmas Eve, you mentioned Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and of course, New Year's Day.
Yes.
Right? I want us to talk a little about, I don't know if you can give a little idea of what the menu would look like. Just a little, because I like to give people just a little push of encouragement, but we can't tell you everything, so don't expect to know everything. Come and you'll get the full menu.
Well, I think what the chefs and they did was they curated the menu with a touch of Tobago, that culture. So, for example, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, on the menu would be fish broth.
Right.
And I was made aware that soup with ham is a tradition in Tobago. So one of the menu, I can't specifically say which day, has
but some
that
of these
soup.
familiar dishes and what people expect, and of course with a switch of, you know, you have to, as I say, always have that modern spin to these things when you step out to dine. So a lot to look forward to, and I just love the idea of just getting everybody ready and walking out the house and coming together to have a great time, because I know in some families, whether it's the matriarch or whoever, after all the hard work in the kitchen, they don't enjoy the day. They are very tired. They miss the family fun because they just can't manage. They are so tired. So I think this is a great opportunity to avoid that and let everybody, you know, have this awesome time. I want us to talk about All Year's Night, another major time for a lot of people looking for activities. What is the Magdalena Grant hosting?
So we are stepping back in time and we're hosting our New Year's Eve 80s retro party. So the dress code is 80s glam. It's taking place in the Calibri Ballroom. So those of you who are familiar with our New Year's Eve party know that we normally host it at the Tobago Lounge. We're expecting it to be bigger and better this year, so we've moved to a bigger venue, which is the Calibri Ballroom. The party would start at 10 p.m. and it would go all the way until 2 a.m. on New Year's morning. You can expect a DJ cast, fireworks display. It's all inclusive as well. Tickets are available on Island E-Tickets. Right now, early bird tickets are available for $450 for single, and for couples, it's $800. So you get a nice deal if you book 2 tickets. Yeah. You can also give us a call for tickets, because tickets are also available at the front desk. You can call us at 660-8500, or you can send us an email at sales@magdalenagrand.com.
Now, you mentioned the hangover breakfast New Year's Day. So if you have patrons at this event, then they can organize and, you know,
and we also have special rates for that evening too. So no need to drive back home and then drive
You
back
just
for the
crash in
breakfast.
your room and you have breakfast later
Yes,
on,
yes.
right? So everything is taken care of. Somebody thought about you guys, you know. So this is something for you. And you said it's the 80s, so people are expected to dress according to that era.
Yes, yes. And we want the big hair, we want the afro, we want the bell bottom. It's 80s glam.
Right. So emphasis on the glam, not just the 80s, right? So 80s glam. Today's Black Friday. Many of you are surfing different websites. So yeah, probably have some time to get it in, you know, see what's out there so you can, of course, step into that era and have a good time. And of course, we always ask about, you know, responsibility. Those of you who will be consuming alcohol after, don't go and hit the roads and, you know, put yourselves and others in danger. But of course, you have the opportunity to also book a room. You heard Melanie, special rates for you, and just, you know, continue the celebration well into the day, because you'll also have breakfast available and you can be a part of that as well. So keep that in mind. So Melanie, we always appreciate, you know, Magdalena Grant thinking about us here and offering so many different packages, specials, and just curating an entire experience for your guests. So you're looking for somewhere to be, Magdalena. Anytime there's an event happening around, it's a season, just think Magdalena Grant. If you didn't hear it here, just give them a call and find out, you know, what specials you have. I know it's Carnival, I know it's Christmas, I know it's Easter, I know it's July, August vacation, and I'm sure they will hook you up. So Melanie, again, thank you, and of course, compliments of the season to you and your staff here at Magdalena. And viewers, we go for another quick break, and when we return, we have one more set of guests who will be wrapping up with me this morning. So we ask you to stay tuned as we just head on out quickly and return.
Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Join Bishop Terence Baines and the Tobago Gospel Promoters as they present In Response to Jamaica From the Heart, a powerful benefit concert at the Shore Park Food Hub. Jamaica has been hit hard by Hurricane Melissa. Homes destroyed, lives uprooted, and families in despair need of support. But together, we can help rebuild what was lost. Experience uplifting performances by Trisha Bukaj Asubas, Jada George, Kashif Wilson, Axis, Donnell Joe, Gabby Williams, Terence Baines, Prosperous Rebuild, and many more. All performances will be auctioned. So come prepared to give, to share, and to make a real difference. Every dollar, every act of kindness counts. Let's stand together, Tobago, unite in love, faith, and purpose, and give from the heart. It's all happening Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Shore Park Food Hub, Tobago. Stand tall for Jamaica.
Thank you. Lord, I thank you.
Tobago! You also have an equal chance of winning the brand new ride for Christmas in a free car raffle organized on behalf of Queens Royal College.
I want a piece of park. I want a piece of pork for me Christmas.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger. Draw a date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available from islandetickets.com. Stumpy's Emporium Canaan, Cad Supermarket Lowlands, Terry Brown Supermarket Mount Pleasant, Pablo Supermarket Argyle, Miles Almondos and Company Limited Scarborough, Yachts Marketing, TB Mart Bonaccord, Cost Cutters, Sharon Bookstores Lowlands, Police Credit Union, Caribbean Jewelers Lowlands. For more info, call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802. Queens Royal College Christmas 3-car raffle.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones.
Prepare to wrap up GMT this morning. My last set of guests, of course, is Pastor Tucker and Pastor Bain. So I have to be on my best behavior. I'm in the presence of men of the cloth, yes? But I don't have a problem. I'm a good girl. So let me talk quickly about what's happening. Now, for our viewers, we're quite familiar with Pastor Baines, but we have a special guest with us, and he's also the guest of Pastor Baines. So when Pastor Baines brought him in and was walking out, I'm like, no, Pastor Baines, look your seat right here, because we want you to share in on this interview as well. So thank you for being obedient, Pastor Baines.
Good morning, and thank you. And I agree, you're a good girl.
Right? Yes. And of course, we must welcome you to Tobago. We must welcome you to Tobago Updates as well, Pastor Tucker. Pastor Tucker is from Jamaica, and yes, he was in Jamaica during the Hurricane Melissa that made landfall on Jamaican island on the 28th of October. I know many of you are still following what's happening there. The aftermath, lives were lost, property lost, and it's not back to normal. And it will not be back to normal anytime soon. Of course, you know, some parts of the island was hit directly, and the impact was a lot worse than maybe the capital. But at the end of the day, it's one people, one nation, and they all feel for each other. So, Pastor Tucker, I mean, I don't know if this may have been your first experience in a hurricane like that. No, right? But what was this like? And let's talk more about the aftermath, because we want to give the people in Tobago an opportunity. Some of them would have lived through Hurricane Flora, some of the other storms. But when you talk about the impact on Jamaica, tell us a little of what you have seen.
I was there in 88, 87 when Gilbert hit.
Yes.
This is like 3 times Gilbert.
Wow.
It's the most devastating thing that has ever happened to Jamaica since maybe when Port Royal hit with the earthquake.
Right.
The government was nowhere near prepared for something like this. I don't think any country would be. Jamaica has been hit in two different ways. One, psychologically, in a social way, and in the psyche. I can see people in the east, which is where I'm from, Kingston. Though we had heavy flooding, people, houses slide away, all that kind of stuff. So we don't talk about that because the bigger problem is so big.
Yes.
We just deal with the immediate. But some people really did lose their homes, lose even their lives in Kingston. So Kingston was not like in the sunshine having a beach party while the West was suffering. Kingston had its hit. But more than that, Kingston was traumatized, I think, because in Jamaica, everybody connected to somebody. You're living Kingston, but your family's from Westmoreland or Montego Bay or Mandeville or Manchester. So when you can't hear from your family, when your family call and said they don't have any house, they don't have any food, they can't find their aunt, they can't find your grandma, it's traumatic. And then we for a while, if you remember, Melissa, it lingered for a while. Yes. And we were like bracing, it's gonna hit, and then all of a sudden this thing just went west and then went up. Yes. And turned on a dime. So the trauma of it in Kingston, that's one thing. In the West now, it's just hopelessness. It's like, it's just, I've never seen anything like this before. And as a pastor, I've been working in terms of, so it's in three different areas. I've been talking to people in a psychological way, counseling. Right. We've been also been praying and dealing with people in their spirits. But we've also been just feeding them and helping them with, restoring their homes. So the nation really needs ministry and really needs help in the three different dimensions of a man, in his natural, in his soul, and in his spirit.
And I must ask you, you being a pastor and seeing this destruction and the helplessness, yes, we know we have seen the resilience of the people of Jamaica, but they have been impacted. Their lives have been changed literally overnight. As a pastor, someone who, encourages people to give their lives to Jesus and walk the right way, how do you marry that with someone who now has nothing? They have lost it all just in a matter of some hours.
Let me tell you, we boast all the time and I talk about resilient. This one is not going to take resilience. This is more than resilience.
And I'm glad you're saying that, because what a lot of people are also portraying on social media, you're seeing the people who have lost everything but saying, that's okay, and they're moving forward. And I think people like me looking on say, well, they're all right. Yes, they lost their homes, but they're all right.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not putting it down that they're resilient, because resilience is good, the emotion of resilience, and then the determination to say, no, I shall rise. Yes, that's true. But there are some hits that God just allow, whichever philosophy and theology you want to use. Yes. God just say, okay, let me see what you're going to do after this, what's going to happen here. And we as the church, we as the people, that's just people. That's just, if you have compassion for people, just to rise up and say, hey, how do we get beyond this? How do we get beyond this? God has to be a part of it. So definitely. Yeah, we definitely keep preaching the gospel. We keep we keep not only preaching the gospel, but the gospel is kind to, the gospel is substance and giving a hand and feeding the people. Correct. You can't tell a man about Christ and don't feed him at the same time if he's hungry. So this is that opportunity for the church to really display the fullness of the gospel, and that's what we've been just busy doing. We don't have any time for criticism, whose fault it is. We don't have any time for, Jamaica need to repent. Okay, we all need to repent, and we all should repent. Yes. You know what I mean? At any time, at anything. But the truth is, this is just a time for us to just raise up. And let me say this. I'll close by saying this. Let me just tell you how just blessed I am of your nation, and I know it's going to be an awesome turnout come Sunday, to just stand up for my country. We talk the talk all the time. We're a family in the Caribbean, and we even use the slave, the situation of the slaves. So we come from one family, we come across the sea, you have one blood. True, but when I see they just don't talk the talk, but they really walk the walk. That mean more to me than if you give me $1 or if you give me 10 million. Right. To see you guys stand up like this, we never asked you for this. Right. Let me just tell you, we never asked Pastor Baines for this. He was actually there with us at the time for my 10th anniversary. for our church 10th anniversary, and he came to me and said, hey, we're going to do something for you guys. And I'm like, we'll do what? For the anniversary? He's like, no, we're going to do something for the people in Westmoreland.
Right.
And he got himself in our car and went and looked all of clippings that you see, the clips that you see of him showing the West.
Yes.
He went and did that himself, and that speak to me louder than, you know,
I am my brother's keeper.
Yeah, put him being where mouth is.
Yes, and of course, I want to bring Pastor Baines in. You know, we heard Pastor Tucker said, you're the one who offered the assistance.
Sure.
And we're talking about, you know, not just talking, but actually walking the walk. And I want our viewers to know how they can help in response to Jamaica.
Well, sure. I mean, the thing is that, I mean, I've done benefit events before for other jurisdictions in the region that have been affected. I've done for Dominica. When we had massive flooding in Trinidad, we did stuff before and that kind of thing. So in response is a theme that started with Renaissance movement in Trinidad, led by J.R.L. Lewis. And they started that theme to treat with disaster support and relief and that kind of thing wherever. And so I have been operating under that banner with their blessing and that kind of thing. And so when this happened, it seems to me it's just natural. I mean, it's just what is right to do.
Right.
You understand? It didn't take no revelation or no dream, because the fact of the matter is that we are really connected one to the other from a human standpoint. I mean, I have tremendous friendships and church connections with his ministry and a couple other ministries in Jamaica and so on. And I know that these church organizations are the center for relief and support.
Yes.
So while they do ministry with their congregants who may have had loss and trauma, they also are the center for the community, people that have been have lost everything, look to the church for subsistence and that kind of thing. So in order to assist them with doing their work, you know, we try to provide, hopefully we will get the kind of support, so we provide the resource so that we can carry out the work. Because they said, I saw this past week, that it's going to take $10 billion in the rebuilding on average.
Right.
The Jamaica government can put up 500 million according to the report. Therefore, the 9.5 billion would have to come from external donors and support. And of course, several agencies has arisen to the challenge, different, whether it be entertainers or businesses or whatever. Yes, everybody doing their part. And I feel that we too have to do our part. And where you sow is where you reaping. You understand? And I mean, that's another principle all by itself. You know, we never know when we would need support at some point.
True.
You understand? And while that is not the exclusive motivation, but really and truly, if we are really in fact a part of a brotherhood, Jamaica's hurt has to be my hurt. You understand? Jamaica's issues has to be my issues as well. So there's a human responsibility that we have. And notice I'm not even just saying church, but there's a human responsibility that we have. You understand? Because church really is made up of humans. You understand? And in times like these, as Pastor was just saying, you cannot push us a spiritual message when the man's immediate concern is physical. You understand? If a man has no place to sleep and no food to eat,
you understand?
You understand?
So I want you to tell us how we can be a part of this response to Jamaica on Sunday.
Right. So of course, Sunday at 6 p.m. we are at the Food Hub. And we are receiving donations towards this effort. We are working with 3 church organizations, one in Montego Bay, Pastor Tucker in Kingston, and another pastor in Old Harbor. And they are all connected to an umbrella there in Jamaica. So as they do their work. We are just lending a hand to assist them. So we want everybody to come out on Sunday evening and come make sure that you walk with some money, right? You know, we want to raise as much money. In fact, we have been ambitious to say that we want to raise $20,000 US.
Right.
You understand? So, and I don't think that that is something that is beyond our reach, right? And we're going to have these performances by several gospel artists here in Tobago, and it is an exclusive Tobago thing because it is simpler to manage, and we try to treat it overheads and that kind of thing. And so we are going to auction all the performances. That
sounds interesting.
yes. And it's a term that we just coined to help with the sell of the event.
Right.
You know, it means that every artist that hits the stage, money will be put up or donated for them so to do.
Right.
You understand? So let us assume that you, with your good self, was or an artist and so on, and you come there. Before you hit the stage, somebody have to put up some money because, you know, your ministry has value, of course. You understand? Notwithstanding, that is the platform that we're going to use to raise money. If you know, there are some people that are very ambitious and sentimental. They may have a song that they like from Pastor Tucker, you know, Sold Out or whichever one. You can't call for a song and get that
just like that.
No. This is not a radio station. You have to, you know.
It's not a call-in segment.
So, you know, every song has $100 value.
I like
unordinary.
that. Right.
Right? So the artist sings his first song. If we say it's 100, 200 or whatever, people donate. Before he moves on to his second song, we are calling for donations again. You understand? And if there is no donation, we hold off. You understand? And if they don't know, we shut down the system. You understand? And
but we know that in Tobago, you wouldn't have to shut down any system.
No,
the people,
just say it.
I know, but that's how it works. So people, Sunday, bring ting. Bring ting. No, just dress up pretty and come, right? Bring ting. And of course, I understand Pastor Tucker is, he sings as well.
Of course.
So we get into hear Pastor Tucker.
If you have never heard Junior Tucker, you've been on the moon.
I'm telling you. Well, I have been on the moon, or maybe I heard him and didn't realize it was Pastor Junior Tucker.
I think so. I think you probably not recognize him.
But now that I have met him,
you're so young.
Right?
My music is so long ago.
Well, you see, we all heard that. I'm young, right? You all heard that. But on a serious note, you know, Tobago come out and support. It's always good to contribute. It's always good to give service. You know, life has changed so much, and we are all in our little corners, and you know, how we deal with each other, human interaction has changed so much because everything we kind of feel we're self-sufficient. But you know, I always end our show on a Friday morning reminding us that we are our brother's keeper. And that is life. We can't exist on our own. You know, we try to sometimes, but it's not possible. We need each other, and this is an opportunity to come out, have fun, and while you're having fun, to contribute to a bigger cause. Understand that what you are going to do on Sunday will help someone rebuild, not just rebuild a home, but rebuild themselves emotionally, spiritually, and find that footing that they need. As Pastor Baines mentioned, we're not doing this because we expect something in return, but you never know when the shoe will come on our foot, and we have to walk that walk, and then we will sit and we will ask who will come to our aid. But once you put yourself out there and you form relationships and you be kind to people, it somehow finds its way back to you when you need it. So 6 p.m. at the Food Hub, right? Bring ting, Pastor Baines said legal
legal tender.
Right? So bring ting. I like the color blue, and I sure Pastor Baines like the color blue, and Pastor Tucker in Tobago, he likes the color blue. So bring ting. It's an opportunity. Let us help each other. Have a good time. Tobago, I know we know how to have a good time. Our Christian community, clean, fun, and if I know people are asking if they can work with donations, dry goods, are we doing that kind of thing as well?
We didn't want to complicate it because we know there are several agencies that are doing those things, collecting those items. We just want to deal with currency, and then we're going to just transmit that to
and
the
of course the organizations on the ground can then use that money for exactly to fill the needs that there are gaps, and continue their ministry. So Pastor Tucker, I don't know if you have anything else to share with us, but I'm happy that you could be here and that we can have the opportunity to support you as well.
I'm just so blessed that your people, my family, is doing this for us.
I like that. Your family. Yeah. All right. So if you didn't know you have Jamaican family, you have Jamaican family. Pastor Tucker, yes, he sees us as a family, and let's really come out Sunday evening and support this ministry and support Pastor Beans and his team as they rally around in response to Jamaica with Pastor Tucker and the other two pastors in their ministry in Jamaica. So gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing. All the best, as you return to Jamaica, to Pastor, best wishes, you, your wife, your ministry, your team, and we really hope that Tobago comes out and really support. So when you go back to your people in Jamaica, you go back to your communities, you can let them know how much we love them. Yes, and we want them to, be resilient. Things are hard, but day by day, they will get back on their feet. So viewers, that's about the time we have this morning. Thank you so much for staying with us on GMT. And yes, we have been hosted by the Magdalena Grand, and we are at the Robinson Crusoe Pub. We thank the management at Magdalena Grand for allowing us this space. I think we are usually here at least once for the month, and it's always nice to have an outing. It's always nice to be in one of their rooms, one of their spaces, to bring you our shows on a regular basis. So thank you for staying with us. It is Friday. The weekend has begun. I know we have a cruise ship in dock this morning, so Scarborough may be a bit busier. Let's look out for each other. And yes, please remember that you are your brother's keeper. And of course, we're looking at what's happening for Tobago Day. So much is happening. We have the Food Hub Sunday evening. Let's just pace ourselves and remember, whatever you do, to be safe and not just think about yourself, but those around you. Thank you for joining me. Until the next time, and have a beautiful Friday.
There is no